it's difficult. I'm usually like a little bit more composed and upbeat, but this band has given me a lot. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for a very special reaction video. It's been a long while since I looked at Nightwish. I think a lot of people would say too long, and it's kind of hard to disagree. But I want to start out by saying, first of all, this band is incredibly special to me for a number of reasons. First of all, they are and continue to be a huge part of the success and growth of my channel. That's a fact. For that, I will be eternally grateful forever. And to the fans, to the people who came along this journey with me, helped me navigate it. But beyond that even, I am so grateful for the music and the moments. Let me explain. I'm lucky. I get to have these wonderful moments listening to these songs for the first time, and I get to capture them, share them with you guys. And the beauty in that is I get to have them documented. I can go back and relive them, share them with other people. And that's pretty special. I feel genuinely lucky that I get to do that. You know, I've been to see them live now, which was an experience that blew my mind, still does every day. I've got the, this one, signed album over there from the concert. Record, should I say. And I always thought, like, I'm always going to come back to Nightwish. I like exploring loads of different music. I don't want it to be dominated by any one band. I wanted to, like, take a break, enjoy the music that I've reacted to and listened to in my own time, but then come back, and I kept thinking, like, how? And the answer came quite quickly to, I have a few ideas that I want to pursue, some things I'd love to do around education and composition, but I'm never going to get caught up in this YouTube game of clicks and views. I know they're important. I know they are things that equate to growth and success on a channel, but I'm here for the music first and foremost, and hopefully everybody knows that by now. So the best way to come back to Nightwish is to just come back to Nightwish. And this song that you've requested, and when I say you've, I mean so many of you guys from so far back. You can search in the back end of YouTube in the studio. So many of you guys wanted me to look at the Siren for a long time now, and specifically this version, the End of an Era version. There were a couple people who said look at the studio version, but just about everybody said look at this particular live performance from End of an Era. Obviously, it's got a lot of sentiment and meaning. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trusting you guys. You've navigated this journey with me, and you haven't done me wrong yet, so no reason to give up on that now. Genuinely excited. It's been a bit of a long intro, but I am feeling quite nervous, quite anxious. Hopefully I've still got it, and I'm very excited, and music should always do that to you. So without further ado, Nightwish, the Siren, End of an Era. Let's see what you got. Stopping here. There she is. I'm glad I caught it there because I don't know when she's going to start singing, and I don't want to cut that off. That'd be incredibly rude and polite. Let me go back to the beginning. First of all, you are not going to see this smile get wiped off my face. This is such a... I'm going back to the beginning, of course. That's what we do here. Like, super nostalgic, and I'm getting flushed with, like, loads of really positive feelings. I don't know what to do with them, so I'm kind of giggly. But let's try our best. I love how this song starts. There is, and I know it really well, not the song, but this kind of start to a song, because it's actually used very commonly. Of course, they're doing something very special with it, as they always do. But it's a very common idea. If you listen carefully, and that's why I went back, you're going to hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But you can't play it like that, right? Too mechanical. There's little accents on some of the synth work, I think. I don't know if it's a track or if it's just on the keys. I have to have a look. But you can hear it on the drums. The drums are your anchor. He's hitting, even on those tom kind of hits, you can hear the note in between filling up. You can hear it when it transitions. It's like a steadiness, a linear steadiness, but it isn't without urgency. It's good to be back, old friend. Yep. Okay. So that urgency, that steadiness, that rhythm, it's like a song grabbing you by the shoulders, not too tight, just holding you where you need to be. And the minute she comes in, just space opens up, gaps, great ones, purposeful ones. And she's starting, she's got that beautiful operatic quality to her voice. She's starting fairly low for her, which is still crazy high for other people. And I love that they've opened up a gap for her, because I have no doubt with the aggression that started this. I mean, some of that nice little lead work into the palm mute, and shout out palm mute gang. I'm pretty sure a lot of these phrases and stuff originated during Nightwish reactions, so that's another thing. I'm smiling like a kid, man. I don't know what to do. But this. Everything is as we expect. Masters of composition. Placed where it needs to be. Everything is placed where it needs to be. A little extra snare hit. That I would go as far as to say they have freedom on stage. They probably during some performances feel a certain thing and they'll do it. But I think a lot of this you would find just about at every single show, because it's meant to be there. Thomas is one of those frustrating people for me. He's mysterious. He's brilliant. He shouldn't be that good, but he is. That bass work. Go back a little, just a little. This is tough. This is really tough for me. Come on, man, keep it together. I'll give you some context as to why it's so difficult a bit later, but first music. Beautiful, that gap that opened, even when the aggression came back in, there was a part where they zoomed in and you could see him, like Thomas, just leaning back, hitting the keys and sliding off to the one side. The weighting, the pressure of how he plays, the care is given in each note. It's a very tough instrument, particularly on a keyboard. And I don't know what kind of weighting system he's got on his keys. I think a long while ago someone tried to explain it to me, but you're not talking to the smartest guy in the world, Joe, when it comes to music. I just know a couple of things. It's interesting because of you can see when the aggression is added, of course, just like on a piano, if you would, that hammer hits and that bang. And sometimes there's a softer hit, more delicate. It's a sustain pedal using. There's a lot of things going on just in his station alone, but you push that out, and to hear his voice come in with that bass, man, heartstrings. Incredible pairing of her stepping back and letting him drag out those long phrases so she can be this like melodic choir in the back. It is the equivalent of it's like he's providing this blanket, this duvet, and she's like the undersheet. She's just stretched across everywhere it needs to be and provides like a layer of protection for his vocals. Yep. Yeah, you're damn right I'm stopping. Yeah, I'll go back. Calm down. Love that. Love him having like that keyboard off the side just tilted over so he doesn't have to like, when you're providing speed and things like that, you'll find certain people, even with guitars, they wear them higher, they wear them lower, they tilt them. He's doing exactly what he needs to be comfortable to do some of that trickery. And it's funny, as he started playing with that effect, I was like, it sounds like some snarky puppy stuff. I was like, oh, here we go, crazy solos. And it was a lot of runs. It sounds Egyptian. You have so many different scales you can play, which are in this. You have blues scales, you have classical scales. This definitely, and all solos are built around certain structures of how notes can and should transition, and in some cases shouldn't, based on largely around those scales. And it sounds very Egyptian to me. And I don't know if I'm just hearing things, if I'm going crazy, but it does. And it sounds awesome. Interesting. It's halfway through the song. He's already had that solo moment. The song feels like it keeps showing the waves, right? Keeps showing the waves. And that's this. It's just wave after wave of brilliance hitting you and throwing you and spinning you. But it's like your feet are buried in the sand. So your body's feeling everything, but you're anchored in the melody. Phenomenal. Come on now. Stopping, right? I'm stopping. I'm just stopping. I don't want to hear it. I'm pausing. We pause here. Pause lives here. That was unexpected to have her doing that kind of vocal. I haven't heard from her. I mean, I know how good she is at the operatic kind of super melodic and tricky fairly high, but she was doing it there in the little short, more like staccato phrasing. That was really, really cool. But to hear that, I can't place it. Feels like a bit of like a backing soundtrack to Passion of the Christ. It's that kind of like that brilliant vocal that hits like a half little yodel and then transitions. It's filled with pain and angst, but it's beautifully placed. Wow. Okay, no, I'm not missing this. I know it's towards the end of the song. I'm going back for you to hear this. Listen, I say this all the time. There is magic in the moments in between. Listen to how this is drifting down. It's right towards the end, so I imagine it's going to drift off, and I want to feel that for as long a period as I can. You know what? Back one more, just to make sure. Listen to the moments in between. There's always this like choir blanket, the synth piece that's moving, and then you hear these little things off to the left and right. Almost one part sounds like a harp. It sounds like you can hear like a harp just moving. It may not be, but it gives that effect. You can hear like some keys on the other side, as if you were in a room creating the score, and in separate rooms far away, people were latching onto it and just figuring things out. It's fantastic. That is, I mean, I'm going to, who else has done this? No one's showing up here. Unfortunate. YouTube, do better. Leaves you wanting. Leaves you, I'm going to imagine, I don't know if it would be on the album as well. Look how hyped I am. That leads into another song, especially in the live performance, that would have transitioned that into something probably quite impactful. I'd love to know what came after that. It says End of an Era DVD. That's obviously the DVD they released. And I'd love to know what song came immediately after that, because this is the kind of song, if I had any say in anything, I would put it right before something very energetic and very powerful. Loved that. I really did. You guys will know, like, a lot of people have these opinions around the singers and stuff. I love them all. They all played and continue to play a significant role in this band's history. They will always have a place. They will always be able to be in a special part of Nightwish's history. I think it's important to know the backstory and things around how members come and go in the band and how that lineup evolves, and it's important to know those things. But I don't get tied up in that. I'm here for the music, and I will support them, whatever lineup they put together, because it is, how do you not? Phenomenal. Really enjoyed that song, and it's difficult. I'm usually like a little bit more composed and upbeat, but this band has given me a lot. I have a lot of friends, close friends, that I wouldn't have met or known because of this band. If I didn't start reacting to them, of course. Sorry, I can't even find my words. My other half, who I owe a lot of happiness and joy to, especially at a particular moment where there wasn't a lot of that going on in my life. It's because of this band that I met her, and we went to go and watch them together. There's a lot of course, it's a different lineup, but there's a lot of joy in my heart and a lot of love flushed through my body, my veins, because of this band. And I've had a lot of tough times with some fans, and I've had mostly just wonderful times. I've had a lot of people criticizing me, saying that I used Nightwish to grow my platform, and then didn't do any more reactions. I don't even think I need to really validate that with an answer. I think it's insulting and ridiculous. I have become enamored, obsessed with their music, and I took a long journey with them. And like everything, you keep exploring. I remember the fundamental principle of why I started this is to explore a lot more music, to introduce myself and a lot of you guys to new music, to help teach and educate just the small bit I know, to give people a more deep and valuable listening experience. And I think I've done that pretty well. Nightwish will always have a home on this channel. They always will. And I want to have more moments like this. I was nervous about this. Still am. I hope I did a good job. I hope it's what a lot of you guys remember. It feels very familiar to me, and that's a very good thing. Anyway, I'm getting all emotional and things, yeah. There's not much else to say except what's next. Until the next one, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.